Ladies and gentlemen, your boys are back. King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Touch of the Poet, and the infamous my brother. You know what? You know what? You know what to do. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on Facebook. Hit us up on YouTube. Hit us up. Text message us, inboxes, all that good stuff. Podcast platform that you prefer. All that good stuff. We got a lot of good interviews coming up for the month of April. We're trying to line up May. So if you want to get on, drop us a line. If you have any topic ideas, Sunsolex, tell them where they can hit us for topic ideas and all other feedback.
Hit us up at that kingni369@gmail.com. Again, that's KINGANDEYE369. Hit your boys up. I'm telling you, we love to hear from you and love to have you on our podcast. Love to have you to bring a topic and let's talk about it. Let's get it out there so everybody else can think about it as well.
Yes, what's up? Yeah. So we about to get back into this. Why do women get mad at their partners for looking at other people out in public or on the internet? So, damn, where do we leave off on this topic, man?
I think it was, could it be that they don't make themselves physically appealing to their significant others?
Now, if that is a problem for you looking at other men or women in your relationship, there's a problem. There's a problem.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna go at it like this. Break it down. You are with this person. Let's just say y'all together day in, day out, or y'all spend a good amount of time together to where, you know, y'all have enough time to communicate a lot of things. If you are looking at another person because your significant other is not physically appealing to you anymore, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. I say that because,
all right, go ahead,
yes, you accept your significant other for who they are to you, but you should not skimp on saying, hey, babe, kind of letting yourself go. Whatever way is respectful to your significant other. Keyword, respectful.
Yes, sir.
To your significant other. Y'all should be able to have this conversation. You should be able to have this conversation without nobody getting their feelings or feeling some kind of way. But the first time you come at them sideways where, hey, you letting yourself go, they going to think a million things. I ain't going to go down that list because that's not what this conversation is right now. But you got to know, if they're not physically appealing to you no more, and you use that as your reason or excuse to be having googly eyes at somebody else and breaking your neck when they walk past or whatever the case may be, then, hey, you need to fix that ASAP.
Yeah, I mean, let's just go and call it what it is. If your significant other is letting themselves go or gaining a little more weight or purposely just not trying to keep themselves up because they feel like, I got you now. Got you. Got it.
Caught in the net.
Exactly. But I'll say this, right? Me and my wife, we've gotten to a place where we know each other pretty damn well. And she's not scared to let me know, hey, your ass need to hit the gym up. And it's cool. You know, I can accept that she might not always quite say it like that, but we know each other well enough to know, hey, we need to get in the gym.
Right.
You know, we need to get back on track. I think that we kind of let ourselves go physically. So we definitely need to get back in shape.
Yeah, true.
So it's never for me one of those situations where I would tell her, you are significantly out of shape or overweight or whatever than what I'm normally used to.
Right.
You know, I always come to my wife and be like, hey, we need to get back into the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll work out together. You know, she'll do her exercises, whatever. But anyway, I think it's just equally important that both people try to keep their selves in shape, not only for your significant other, but for yourself too.
Right.
Like,
true that. Yes, definitely.
that's very important, man.
Yeah.
I know I can't stay here forever, but I'm trying to hang around this mug as long as I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's no other way around that. But you know, when people start letting themselves go, you got to wonder what the hell else is going on with them. Because no matter how we slice it up, people in general, no matter how they slice it up, no matter how much you love your significant other, or whatever the case may be, if they let themselves go, you're gonna be looking at them like ill. You know, I don't think there's any way around it. You're gonna look at them like ill. You could do better with yourself. You're gonna be thinking that in your head, and then you're gonna be looking at other things like, and then you're gonna be like looking at yours and looking at that out there, and you'll be like, oh man, I gotta go deal with this over here. Like, come on. So yeah, you can't. Yeah.
My thing about it is when you have one person who's constantly trying to stay in shape, and then the other person is just letting themselves go. The one who's letting themselves go is usually the one who starts feeling insecure.
Yeah.
Having that jealous thing going on. So at that point, it's kind of like you have no one else to blame but yourself.
Right.
And let's just be real about it. Let's keep it 100. So, I mean, just when you're out in public, you see plenty of couples like that, where you see one of them is like a real gym rat, as they say, and the other one is kind of like, well, I'm just securing myself.
Right.
I look like this. I've come to love myself.
Oh man.
But it's kind of like, come on, man. You're not keeping yourself in the best condition you can for yourself. And again, you know, not taking it away from your significant other, but man, life is long, but this mother is short too.
It is. So, yeah.
You want to try to keep yourself as physically fit as you can, because the older you get, and especially living here in Florida, I see this all the time. I see old people out walking, jogging, riding their damn bike. I mean, really getting it in. And I'm like, well, I guess retirement is good for you. But it seems like there are more younger people who aren't even, you know, thinking about that.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah. I'm like,
that is the crazy part.
How do you think that elderly person got to be that age? Like,
yeah.
They took care of themselves.
And why they feel so confident, and why they got people 20, 30 years younger than them looking at them like a fresh piece of meat.
I cannot tell you how many people, older guys, I see riding around down here in their damn sports cars with their top down with younger chicks doing it.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, Pops.
Get it. Do you. Do you. You know, and another issue is not dressing sexy. And I think this falls more on women not dressing sexy. You know, they may feel uncomfortable dressing sexy. They might not feel like they just don't want to dress sexy. And, you know, some men, they want that. They, you know, desire that from their mate or whatever the case may be. And sometimes they get rejected. And, you know, it's like when you ask for somebody, to some people, that's a small ask. And the other person makes it so drastic, like, oh, no, you asking for too much, blah, blah, blah. well, shit, if you ain't gonna dress sexy for me, I might as well look somewhere else. A lady might not have on a nice pantsuit or something that fits nice and shows her curves and her confidence and this, that, and the other. And you just want to walk around with big sweatpants around the house or whatever the case may be. And you don't want to wear anything that makes me be like, break my neck like I'm trying to look at something else. So, I mean, you got to dress it up. And
you do.
And women like a man who kind of, looks decent. I don't know what women be looking for in a well-dressed man, because I mean, I've talked to some women and their criteria vary so much that it's mind-blowing. But I ain't dressing sexy. I ain't doing it. So I'm just not doing it. Some women have told me I look sexy in a pair of boxers in a white in an undershirt, and I'd be looking at my belly like, what the hell are you looking at? That ain't sexy, but if you like it, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, but one thing I can say about some women that I've dealt with, they'll dress me sexy. Like, they'll go out and pick out outfits for me or whatever the case may be, because they know I hate shopping. I just pick out some regular stuff and call it a day, because I'm like, I'm not going out here to impress anybody. Right. And that can be a problem that a lot of men have. They have this attitude that I'm not going out here to impress anybody, but it's like, you need to dial that back. It's not about you going out there and impress anybody. Do it for your lady, because that may be what she wants. So we have, as men, we have to be mindful of that. And just be like, you know what? She might appreciate if I dress up a little bit, blah, 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 throwing a little, oils or, a little cologne, this, that, and the other, that she finds appealing. So, and if you don't do those things, y'all could be in the mall one day together, and a dude walk by with some nice cologne and a nice sports coat and a, jeans or whatever, and nice shirt, shoes, whatever, and just looking clean cut, whatever. And you'd be like, what the hell are you looking at? Then now you mad.
Yep. And it'd be funny because on the subject of dressing sexy, right? Excuse me. There have been times when I would have like an engagement where, there are going to be other single ladies there. That's not the reason I'm going there, but anyway, so I'll go put something on and I can come out, my wife be like, what the hell you going with that on? And that should be so funny to me. But anyway, out of respect, if she's being serious about it, then I'll change. But I think that comes back again to knowing what your partner is comfortable with and not comfortable with. So if they're making that request of, I don't feel comfortable with you wearing that, just change. It's not that big of a freaking deal.
It's not that big of a deal, but then at the same time, the funny thing about that is a woman will be like, where the hell you going with that on? And then you looking at her like, what's the problem? And then you might be able to be like, well, remember that dude that you looked at, he was wearing whatever. You said he looked handsome or whatever the case may be. So why I can't dress like that? True. Then you have that little conflict going on.
Yeah, but I have absolutely no problem whatsoever telling my wife, no, you can't wear that. Nope. I don't feel comfortable with you wearing that.
Oh, man.
It was so funny because when we first got married, she was so used to being able to wear whatever she felt she wanted to wear. Mm-hmm. And there'll be an occasion and she'll come walking out with something. I was like, nope. Go change that.
Wow.
And so we'll get into this whole discussion about I'm wearing what I feel comfortable with. And I'm telling her,
Oh
You may be
man.
comfortable in it, but it's gonna attract a little more attention than what I feel comfortable with.
Right.
Meaning, shit is a little too loose, maybe a little too tight.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I don't want to have to punch a nigga out for being disrespectful.
Oh man,
You know
that
what
is
I'm saying?
funny.
So now, being this deep off into our relationship, we both damn well know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable.
Mm.
But again, that's our relationship, our personal preferences.
Right.
But
I don't think I've ever really found myself in a situation to where I would say that to a woman that I was with.
mm-hmm.
I will say that in my younger days, probably, but as I've gotten older, no. And if I felt I was dealing with a woman who was dressing like that or whatever the case may be, I probably would back off from her a little bit because I'm in my at this age, I am less likely to try to regulate what a woman wears and definitely what she does. I feel like if that's what you're gonna wear, that's what you're gonna wear. If that's what you're gonna do, that's what you're gonna do. I'm not going to try to get upset or get jealous or have issues with you looking at people, this, that, and other, because if I feel that I have to do all that, then maybe I don't need to be with you. Because in my mind, some things should go without saying. And, I know I'm guilty of a lot of those things that I'm speaking of, but for me, when it comes to stuff like this, I'd rather back off than to put myself in a position to where I'm cutting up or I'm putting this woman in a position to where she has to feel some type of way about me feeling some type of way about something. So I'm like, look, if that's what you want to do, you go ahead and do you. I'm good.
Definitely. I mean, I dated a stripper before, right?
Oh Lord, hell no, I would never do that.
Back in my day. Find that motherfucker though. I ain't gonna lie, that motherfucker. But anyway, we would often butt heads about what she wore. And again, she would come up, well, I just want to wear something that makes me feel sexy. And I'm like, I get that, but you are not going to work right now. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to work right now. You're not finna go out there and work the damn stripper pole and make the money and bring that shit home. So why the fuck are you wearing that? So anyway, glad that relationship did not work out. But
wow.
Again, that was many years ago. Many years ago.
That's crazy.
But
I think that's crazy. I think that's, you know what? I think that's crazy because I've never dated a stripper before. I've known a few, and I'm not going to say how they dress at work is how they dress, outside of work. But the thing about it is, you know what you're dealing with. I'm not saying that they are, slutty or whatever the case may be, but you know that what you're dealing with. And what I mean by that, psychologically and emotionally, you know that you're dealing with a stripper. So if you have to accept her for all of that, and you have to have a higher level of security, trust, and all that if you deal with a stripper, because it's like off the break, her body probably gonna be banging, and whatever she wears, no matter what she wears, is gonna make her look fly as hell and highly desirable. So she might throw on a pair of jeans that the average dude be like, nah, you can't wear them jeans. She like, why? They just jeans. oh nah, they too tight. Nah, they not too tight. They just go with her body like that. So yeah, yeah.
Okay. For me, and this is when I was living in Atlanta, right? So I don't know how much you know about Atlanta, but there are some people there that can be very disrespectful. Meaning, you could be standing in line with your girl, and a motherfucker come up and start talking to your girl.
That shit happen everywhere.
I never experienced that shit until I moved to Atlanta, and I'm like, this is some of the most disrespectful ass situations, you know. And it's kind of like, for me, because you know I'm originally from Alabama, we don't play that shit over there. Like, you come up here, you looking to get your damn jaw rocked. But anyway, it just sends out the wrong signal, because here you are, you know, dressing like this, but you're with someone. But in that type of environment, you know, where men are prone to be disrespectful like that, it's kind of like you're asking for trouble. And again, I think a female should dress in whatever she wants, but again, there has to be some type of level of respect put in there. Like, you don't just wear anything and everything if you're going out with your significant other. You just don't.
I mean, if you're gonna put it like that, then that woman or that man needs to be mindful of what they wear anytime if they're in a relationship, because I wouldn't want to be in a situation to where, you know, when you out with me, you can't wear certain things, but when you go hang out with your girlfriends or just go out by yourself, you're gonna be wearing that crazy stuff that I don't personally prefer. And that's why, for me, if it comes down to that, I'd rather fall back so that we don't butt heads over something like that, because it can go left or it can't go left. And it's just like, you know, I gamble, but there's some things I just don't gamble with. And peace of mind is something I just don't want to gamble with. Your peace of mind, my peace of mind, and, you know, sometimes, yeah, some things I just got to fall back on, because I really don't feel comfortable regulating what a woman wears. But I'm not saying that I won't be like, hey, you know, XYZ is too much. But, you know, there are some things that's too much, and there are some things that need to be negotiated. I'll just put it that way.
I can see that. But when we're going to, like, let's say, for example, a family function, and your ass dressed like you're gonna go to the goddamn beach, come on now. Come on, there's some things that go without saying.
I mean, unless it's a beach family function, then I don't know. Then again, it's like, you know what? That's a crazy situation too, because, you know, you might go, you have a beach family function, and some of your best cousins that you done dirt with back in the day, they might be eye candying up your chick, and you be like, yo, cuz, what you doing?
But again, I think, and again, it's just for me, people. This is just for me. I have to have that level of respect. That's just where I come from, the environment, you know, I grew up in. And again, that's a two-way street. You know, I'm not gonna again wear something where I'm being disrespectful to my mate.
Yeah.
In her eyes, you know, again, it's kind of like you have to give a little, take a little.
Yeah.
So, but if I was single or in a single situation at this age now, what?
Oh man,
I don't believe in taking sand to the beach. I'll just leave it at that.
You don't have to take sand to the beach, but you could take a bucket of dirt. Leave the sand at home.
Okay.
Shit.
So when you see that drastic attitude change, Like, what are your thoughts on that?
So here's the thing, and this kind of goes with everything else. When you have a significant other at home, whether it be male or female, and their attitude is just up and down, left, right, and you like, where's this coming from? You get annoyed. You get irritated. You get turned off. You be out and you see somebody that has a beautiful smile, a nice walk, you feeling a good vibe off them. They might have a nice body, whatever the case may be, or you might hear them talking in your earshot. You turn, you look at them, and it's like, damn, she got a lot of good quality. She's beautiful. She sounds good. She's wow. And you might find yourself looking at that person because your person is on your damn nerves. And some people don't take into consideration that their mood sometimes dictates how people respond and react. So you got to take that into consideration. And, yes, you are within your rights to get upset or whatever the case may be with your significant other for looking at other people. But at the same time, if you communicate effectively with that person and you ask them, well, why are you doing that? Like, your attitude sucks. Like, I'm looking at this person, I mean, I'm sure the conversation ain't gonna go like this, but I'm looking at this person because this person looks like they have good nature, good personality, good attitude. Your attitude is jacked up and I don't like it. So, I mean, that's how I look at it.
Yeah. When it comes down to that dramatic attitude change, like flicking a switch, that ain't finna fly over here.
Oh,
that
man.
ain't not finna fly over here. I mean, I have been in relationships where chicks try that shit. I'm like, look here, let me tell you something. First off, if you got a problem, say what the problem is.
Speak it.
Let's crush it right then and there.
Yes.
But indeed, when you take this dramatic attitude change and you make it so obvious that everybody else notices it, we came here together, but we damn sure finna leave apart.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm not gonna put up with that, and I don't think any man or female should have to put up with that.
Not at all.
If that's the case, then we shouldn't have freaking came. If you're gonna act like that,
yeah, you might got time for that nonsense.
Oh, you ain't got time for that, man. Especially at this age. No,
man, that's
I'm
why
not finna do that. I'm not finna do that.
That's why I tell you, I will fall back quick because at this age, I'm not trying to hear it. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously not trying to hear it. If I got to go through that nonsense, you know what? Look here. I'm going to go over here. You go over there. When you get your head right, holler at me. If I'm receptive to it, cool. If not, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
Better Uber your ass to the house or wherever it is you're going. Lift something. But
get up out my face with that nonsense.
Okay.
Cause I ain't trying to hear it.
I have been known to leave a motherfucker.
Hey, look here. I ain't got that far yet, but I can get there if I need to. So don't play with your boy. Don't play with your boy. But yeah, that was part 2 of why do women get mad when they significant other looks at other people.
Yes, indeed.
Again, hit us up: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. What am I forgetting?
KINGANEYE 369@gmail.com. That's King NI 369@gmail.com. And I can guarantee we are working on that Patreon.
It's coming, baby.
For sure.
It is coming.
What's the other account we got? What's the other account?
Damn, I don't know. I just drew a blank on that real quick. I said Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, right? Didn't I?
Yeah. There's another one. But anyway, be on the lookout for sure.
Yes, be on the lookout. And check this out. Part 3 of this. We're going to turn up, go off the chain. So if you want to hear part 3 of this conversation, you're going to have to go on over to Patreon, baby.
For sure.
We're taking off the gloves, baby. So we'll be back with part 3. But you got to go to Patreon, and that link will be coming, baby.
Yes, sir.